So, guys, today is the day we are playing, but we do have to talk about some of the latest updates, in terms of what has been happening, because we do have some updates that you guys need to know about. And yeah, to my surprise, things didn't happen as we thought they would happen, but definitely, still, there are certain things that are not happening the way we thought. So, anyways, before we get into more details of today's video, please, guys, do make sure that you like the video, because we'll be looking at the injury list so far to other players who got injured apparently during training, which, surprise, surprise, still happening at Nash Arena. And then also we will be looking at the game that we were supposed to play on 27 has now been moved to the 28th of this month because of obviously a calf. And then last but not least, I think I will be giving you my lineup prediction, and as far as to talk about the players or players who have managed to sign new deals. So before we get started, please do make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to click the bell notification so next time when I post a new video, you will be notified. Now, guys, I don't know where to start, but I think I'm just going to start with the fact that, okay, there's a game that we were supposed to play night 27 against Marumo Kalans, but now that game has been moved to 828. We were supposed to play on Tuesday. Now we're going to play on a Wednesday, because on the 25th or 825 we are playing, and we are playing a CAF game. So it's a bit of a tight schedule. We look at a team like Orlando Pirates, which obviously yesterday Sundowns played. They managed to take the lead. They are currently leading on the log. They've played 14 games. They have more points, I think 29 points, while Orlando Pirates has about 28 points. And in terms of that, yes, they might be leading for now, but with Orlando Pirates, they have games in hand and they only play Saturday. So obviously, I think, or I wish they could have done something to compensate for Kaizer Chiefs. But anyways, there's nothing that we can do. We just move. At least they managed to try and move that game. So, which means we play today, Siaresta. We're playing 825, which is a bit better. But then after 825, 26, we can't rest. We need to rest on the 26th, but we can't rest 26, 27, and then 828 Sajala, which means we only have a day to prepare for Imoromo Gallants, which something else. It's crazy, but it is the schedule. And then also we look at the situation of Utahofato Mabasa. He's been officially signed. We thought he might come to Kaizer Chiefs because of the stalling and stuff that was happening between Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch FC. But now, as I'm speaking with you, I can confirm that Stellenbosch have signed Utahofato Mabasa, who is joining them. Obviously, they've let go of a player, Andre de Jong. Andre de Jong went to Orlando Pirates, and then Utahofato Mabasa went to Stellenbosch FC. Now, I'm not sure if it's a loan deal the way we thought it is, or maybe it's just on a permanent basis. All of that will be revealed in due time. So, for now, all I can say is, since Utahofato Mabasa went to Stellenbosch FC, chances are our player, which is Teshrick Morris, he might no longer go to a Stellenbosch FC, because it wouldn't make sense to say, okay, we are loaning Utahofato Mabasa and also we are learning Teshrick Morris. You understand? That doesn't make any sense. But I think I do understand why they preferred Mabasa over Morris, which we can't compare. We can't compare, guys. Those are two different kind of breeds. So I think it makes more sense for them to go for Mabasa, which obviously he's gonna be able to give them more, rather than to say, okay, we are trying to find if Morris will work for us. You understand? So there you have it. And then moving on, we go to the lineup. Today we are playing. Before I give you the lineup, obviously there is an injury. Before I forget, guys, sorry. We do have an injury list from coaches. Players like Usbong Sinemtetwa, George Matlow, and also Bradley Cross are not available because of an injury, which Tiwa apparently they picked it up from training. But I'm happy to say, as we've reported before, definitely Maccabi Lepo and Gaston Sereno, and all of those players now Baba injured currently. They were fit and they were able to do work, but now unfortunately it looks like during training, I don't know what happens, but during training sometimes our players do get injured, even though I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. I'm not gonna go to the reasons why I think it's not true, but anyways, it is what it is. So we do have a player for that left back position. We do have players like Abu Paseka Marco. Obviously, I think they are going to play him. We do have Kanyiso Shinga, who has not yet made his official debut. We also have a player like Aiden McCarthy. So far he's played that position, played that role. We still have players like Frosler, who I feel like they played that role beautifully well. So it will depend on the coaches what they are looking to do. But this is Golden Arrows that we're talking about. We need someone who's going to be firm, when we play. So we don't need someone who's going to push too much. We need someone who's going to try and play a bit more like a Bradley Cross. So I don't know. Since we are playing a high line Vele, obviously we tend to push a bit more higher, and then obviously we end up being exposed a little bit. So if we're not careful, tomorrow we might play a draw or we lose between those two things. And for me, I feel like we need to fix the problems of not scoring. We need to be able to score more goals. So with those players out, George Matlo, if you look at George Matlo, also Naila corner, it's not necessarily something to say, okay, definitely position a Onayo. We do have players who can play that position very well. We do have those players, my boy, we do have Ndlovu, all of those players can be able to play there. So with the Ox, that's where I can say, okay, this one is a bit difficult because not everyone can be able to play that position as well as Ox. Ox plays that position very good, but we do know where he's lacking. And I've always spoken about this. We've always said, okay, as much as Ox is good defensively, when it comes to offense, we do tend to be a bit late because of, he's not too comfortable with making a final decisive decision. And then also he just plays the ball, and you win the ball now and then you play it back to the opponents. That is a bit of like a disruption to the build up of the team, because definitely you do need to build from that position at TM and also linking to the AM. So Tabuqale is a player that can be played on that position, but if he's not available, I think he's available, even though I did hear bad things about Tabuqale. But now he's the one that needs to play that position. He needs to be there, and I'm hoping he will give us the best of his best, when it comes to this game. So I feel like already I've started talking about the lineup. The move, obviously, let's just play Brendan Peterson, and then we move on. We play the left back, which I feel like definitely they are going to play Paseka Marco, but for me, I would have preferred to see Ushinga Netuuti playing against a team like Golden Arrows. We need someone who's going to be a bit more disciplined. I'm not too sure with Tushinga because I don't know him to that extent. So maybe Marco, but now he does tend to push a bit far. He's not well disciplined. So I would prefer to see someone else playing that position rather than Marco. And then we look at, the defensive midfield, obviously, or the center back pairing. Sorry guys, the center back pairing, let's play the usual. It's either we pair Aiden, we pair Ukwenika with Aiden, or we pair Miguel with Ukwenika. It will depend on what the coaches think will work best for tomorrow's game. So yeah, definitely. And then the right back, let's bring in Lapana. I think we will need a player like Solomons for tomorrow's game. Let's not put him on the bench. Let's just start him. Spionoti, does he still have the momentum? Same momentum, because so far with him we have managed to win a lot of games because of how he's intercepting. So let's not destroy the momentum and just say, okay, Sam Shinsha, because we just want to change. No, let's change for a reason. And though it's change a player for no reason, it destroys the momentum and it causes confusion. So far this guy has been playing very well with the rest of the team. So let's just bring him in, and then Squbeke last in the corner. Moving to the DM, as I've said, Tabuqale, and then centrally Ngcobo but I would have loved to see Undlovu playing there as a starter, as a central midfielder, and then at the attacking midfield, I would have loved to see Nkosimpile Ngcobo coming in as an attacking midfielder, and then looking at the left wing, I would have loved to see Umduduzi Shabalala playing that left wing as a starter. Yes, we do have the services of Augustin Serena, but so far, as I've said earlier, I've seen Umduduzi Shabalala enjoying that role of the left wing very much so. So let's just give it to him, and then we bring in Mshini Ngcobo is a player that can play that attacking midfield position. Yes, I know they're not ready to take the risk with Mfundo Villarasi to bring him and then play that attacking midfield. So let's play Umshini da, and then Umduodai simdlalele left winger. And by the way, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Duduzi Shabalala. And the right wing, I think we have no choice but to go back to Makavili Lepo, because he's someone who does tend to help the team. So unfortunately, if we play Umakawili Lepo and we play Solomons, they both have speed. So we might need to look at that in a different aspect or a different ratio, because at the end of the day, we can't have both a winger and a left back doing the same thing. Maybe it might help, maybe it might not help, but depending on the situation, I think maybe we will need to play a different player, Lapaya Nangulon. But you know, when I'm saying a different player, I'm meaning like Uvelipai, play him on the right wing, and then that's the problem with Ulilepo. We might not have a place to play. So it's a bit of a headache when you have a lot of players, because remember, we still have Velipai, we still have Fundo, we still have Gaston Serino, we still have Duduz, we still have even Pule Mode. So we have a lot of players who can be able to play, you know, on those positions. So it's a bit of a headache, but I would have loved to see Velipai playing that side, would play or do, but we need Ulilepo, to be honest. So let me just rephrase Umdu. Let's put in Ulilepo, and then on the center forward, we can play. I think I would love to start with Egodaro. I think that makes sense for me. I don't know why, but I think that makes sense. So this is just my lineup prediction with Fitunes and Bona later on when the game plays. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I believe this is it. 7:30, we will be here to watch the game. Peace.